All right, guys, thanks for tuning into the video on translating verbal phrases into expressions and equations. So first, I want you guys to maybe pause the video and just look through all the key words that represent certain operations in math. So when we start doing like word problems or situations, if you start seeing any of these words, I want you to look at what operation they represent. So for example, addition would be like sum, greater than, more than. Subtraction would be difference, fewer, less, decreased by. Exponent of 2 is squared. Parentheses would be if it said quantity. Times, of, and product mean multiply. Quotient and divided by mean division. And then if you ever see the word twice, it means to multiply by 2. Okay, so now that you know those key words and what operation they represent, let's see if we can translate some verbal phrases into mathematics. Okay, so number 1, the difference of 9 and a number. So if you look at your chart, difference means subtract. And then we're just going to go in order that they come. The difference of 9 and a number is going to be 9 minus, and then whatever variable you guys want to represent a number. I'm just going to use n, but you can use x. So that would be 9 minus n. Okay, number 2. The word quotient means divide. So you could put a divide symbol, or I'm just going to use a fraction. Now, what are we dividing? We're just going to go in order. So we're dividing a number, so n, and 22, so it's n divided by 22. I'll circle the answers so they're clear. Okay, number 3, the sum of 57 and a number. So sum means plus, and then what are we adding? We're just going to go in order again. We're adding 57 and n. All right, number 4. Of. If you look at your chart, of means times. Okay, so we're doing 2/3 times a number, so 2/3 n. 2/3 times n. That's of. Number 5. 8 times the quantity 4 plus a number. Okay, this one's a little longer here. Okay, 8 times the quantity. Quantity means a parenthesis. Okay, 8 times the quantity. And then in the quantity, 4 plus a number. So 4 plus n. All right, number 6. 3 times the sum of n and a number. Now, this one doesn't say the word quantity, but it is. It's 3 times the sum of a number and n. So 7 plus n. So sometimes it doesn't say quantity, but if you're multiplying by more than one thing, you need a parenthesis. Okay, number 9. The difference of 22 and the square of a number. Okay, so difference means subtract. And we're going to go in order. We're subtracting 22 and a number squared. The square of a number. 22 minus n squared. And then 10, the quotient means divide. We're taking the quotient of the square of a number, so on top would be n squared, and 5 would be what we're dividing by. So n squared over 5. All right, let's keep going. Now, I hope you guys have paused and tried some of these on your own. You're not just copying me doing these. 11. Here is the most missed one. This is the one people get wrong the most. Whenever it says less than, we know it means subtract, but the order actually flips. So So instead of being 18 minus n, it's actually n minus 18. Okay, so whenever it says less than, that means you switch the order and you're taking 18 away from n. Let me write the wrong answer too. It is not that. All right, 12. 25 more than twice a number. Okay, so more than means plus. And then actually, when it's adding, the order doesn't matter. But whenever it's more than, I actually like to switch the order again, but you don't have to. So you're taking 25 more than twice a number, 2n. But again, when it's adding, the order doesn't matter. But when subtracting, the order does matter. Okay, you guys are doing great. 13. The quotient means divide. We're taking the quotient of 8 on top and twice a number, 2n on bottom. 8 over 2n. And then number 14, the sum means plus. We're taking the sum of 2 and the square of a number, n squared. Okay, now we're just going to write some equations. So an equation, remember, is a sentence formed by placing an equal sign between two expressions. And the only way to know that it's an equation versus an expression is if it says the word is. Or it might say the word is equal to. But if you see that word is, that is usually an equal sign in math. All right, so we're just going to write a couple equations now. Okay, so note the word is here. That's going to be the equal sign. And now let's do what we did before. The difference of twice a number and 8. So difference means subtract. And we get to go in order for difference. Twice a number is 2n and 8. Okay, but now is means equals, and then we have the 12. And then I challenge you guys to actually solve this equation. Okay, but I'm not going to do that in the video. I'll write the answer though. If you were to draw the wall and solve it, you would get n equals 10. But I'll let you guys do that. Okay, number 2. Is equal to, right? That's going to be our equal sign. So I'm going to put a big, huge equal sign here. And let's write it out. Product means multiply. You're multiplying 3 and a number. So 3 times n is equal to, and then we have a 21. And again, I will leave you to solve this, but if you draw the wall and solve it, you should get n equals 7. And then number 3 is 11, so that's the equal sign. The sum is plus. We're summing twice a number, 2n, and 3, and that sum is equal to 11. Again, I will let you guys solve it. You should end up with n equals 4 if you drew the wall and solved. And then last one, 3 times the quantity. Remember, that's a parenthesis. In the parenthesis, 4 less than a number. Now remember, whenever it says less than, that's when you switch the order. 4 less than a number is actually n minus 4, not 4 minus n. And then is the equal sign, negative 9. And again, I will let you guys solve this by drawing the wall. If you solve it, you end up getting 1. But I'll let you do that. All right, thank you guys so much for watching Translating Words into Math.